guys, Renata Sander here from MeetAdvisors.com, and I'm joined with Jim Alvarez, CEO of AuctionsByCellular. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for coming out to our office. So I want to start off with asking you, who are you, and then what is AuctionsByCellular?
All right, good. So I'm Jim. I met my wife in the 4th grade, if you could believe that.
Wow.
We have 2 little boys, Jax and Asher, 6 years old and 3 years old, and we live in Valparaiso, Indiana, which not many people have heard of. It's only 45 miles from the city, so it's not too far.
And there's a college in there.
There is a university in our town.
Or university, yes. I should say. So what is AuctionsByCellular? What do you guys do?
So we're a mobile bidding platform. So if you've ever been to a charity event where they have a silent auction, instead of writing your name on a piece of paper and for your bidding, it's all done on your mobile device.
Okay.
And the cool thing that we do is we send a team to every event. So we administer the registration process, the bidding process, and then most importantly the checkout process for the charity. So, most of our charity partners, the biggest pain point is collecting the money at the end of the night. So you have all these people that are willing to make donations, willing to buy items, and the hard part is being able to get them to pay. And so with our technology and our platform, people are able to pay right on their phone.
Okay, so basically your credit card, you type in your credit card information.
Yep.
And you see the items on your phone. So I don't know, I want to bid for this, and then
so
you
we have
just
them all broken down by category. So you can see travel items, in Chicago items like restaurants and stuff like that, sporting events, memorabilia. You click on memorabilia and up comes like a autographed jersey of Duncan Keith. You click on that, it'll give you a little description of the item, and then you make your bid. And then the cool part is, and what really helps the charities raise more money, is the fact that we notify you via text message the second you get outbid.
Oh, wow.
So most times when people go to a charity event, they come, they put their bids down, and then they leave and they're socializing and they just never come back to check.
Yeah.
They would like to win, but it's kind of a pain for them to come back and check. So with our platform, you're able to do it right on your phone.
And let's say, do you have to be at the event to be able to do it?
That's a good question. That's part of our sales pitch is that, no, you don't have to be at the event.
Okay.
So one of the cool things that we do for all our charity partners is we build them a custom website prior to the event. So this way they can open it up and get donors engaged prior to the day of the event. So we're seeing, we have stories where a charity is hoping to raise $20,000 for the whole entire event, and we'll have raised $20,000 before the day even started.
Oh, that's
And so now there's people engaged prior to the event throughout the nation. So this way, we tell people is if you give them more time, right? So you have a longer period of time to bid, and you can attract more bidders, then you're going to raise more money.
But ultimately, do you have to be at the event, kind of to claim your prize?
No. They'll arrange shipping and stuff like that.
Okay.
So another great story is one of our partners is the Chicago Blackhawks, and they do an auction at every game that most people don't even know about. Well, right now we have thousands of people that have agreed to receive a text message prior to every game. And so prior to every game, they blast out a text message to all their thousands of people, and they'll instantly get the message and they're able to bid right from home. And if they're at the game, it's even better because they can take the item home, but they physically don't have to be present. And they're seeing, the amount of revenue that they're used to making double, even triple sometimes.
So are you guys the one that actually send out these text messages and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, then I received one from you yesterday because, and I typed in, whatever you have to type in to enter or whatever.
Good.
But yes,
all right.
I did receive a text. So how do you guys go after the charities to use your product, or kind of how does that process work for you guys?
We're only 43 months old. I count in months because it's like one of my kids. And so we don't have a big marketing budget. And so most of our business is gained through word of mouth, if not almost all of it. But the good news for us is that nobody has run more mobile bidding events in the United States than we have. So we have about 70 full-time employees, and we have teams in 11 different markets throughout the nation. And we'll run a couple thousand events next year. And they're all charity events.
And so what made you kind of be a part of AuctionsByCellular and see this thing grow?
Yeah, so I knew that at charity events, I used to go to a ton of them. I mean, now I go to even more, but I knew there had to be a better way than just paper and pen. And so we came up with this idea of sending a team to the event to help the charities, because that's another pain point for the charities is not only the technology, but having a good staff that helps with registration, helps with the bidding process, and then again helps with the checkout process. But one of the things that we recognize is that a donor experience is probably the #1 most important thing to a nonprofit. Of course, raising money is maybe 1A or 1B, but the donor experience is at the very top. And so what I mean by that is that if you're a donor and you come to the event one time and you don't have a great experience, you're probably not going to come back.
That's true.
And so making sure they have a good streamlined experience is something that we're very passionate about and that we help. And so when we're running multiple events on a given night, that's always logistically tough. But I think our record is close to 40 events in a single night.
Wow.
And so you can imagine that we send a team of anywhere from 5 to 10 people to every event. So placing those people at all the events is something that was a challenge at first, but now here we are, like I said, 43 months later, and we've got that figured out. So that part is exciting. So now it's just how fast can we grow?
Yeah. Wow. So kind of moving off of AuctionsByCellular and more onto you, what drove you to become an entrepreneur? The question.
That's a good question. I don't know. I never woke up and said I want to be an entrepreneur. I never said that. But when I graduated college, I had an opportunity to trade options. And so I did that for 5 years, and I was able to make some money, which was cool. And I had a passion for golf. And so I invented a putter. And so I flew to China. I got it manufactured.
Wow.
I got this real famous girl named Natalie Golbis to play it on tour for 3 years. She actually, the only time she's ever won a tournament is when she used the product that I invented. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But I never grew, I never was growing up saying that's what I want to do. And then with the golf company, I did that for 2.5 years. Personally, it was very rewarding because I got to be on tour and be with all these professional golfers. Financially, it wasn't so good, and so my wife said, "Okay, you have to make money." And so, at that point, my resume wasn't too good because I traded options and invented a putter. And so I had bought 2 wireless Sprint stores, and then I grew those to 7.
Wow!
And so then I successfully sold those in 2010. And then again, after I did that, I had money again, which was fun. And then I didn't know what to do.
Plus.
I didn't know what to do, and so I did what anyone normal would do, and I started a haunted house.
All right.
And at that point, my family's always been behind me and believed in what I was doing. But at that point, I think my family was like, okay, this kid
what you doing?
This kid's he has lost his mind because I don't have any tattoos and I don't know about production or anything like that. But I know how to build a team, so I did. I built a team, and we were voted the #1 haunted house in the whole Midwest last year. And
That's awesome.
It sounds kind of crazy, but they've took 118 different haunted attractions into mine, and we came out #1. So
Wow.
Pretty good
for,
I tell people, pretty good for a kid with no tattoos. Right? But it's all about building a team. So I think, when I think of myself as an entrepreneur, I don't really think of that. I think of somebody that I'm pretty good at building a team. And so that's what I look at ABC, and you look at our team from our CTO to our VP of Sales to our VP of National Accounts, our VP of Operations, our VP of Finance. These are all really solid people that most small companies would never be able to get on their team, but somehow I was able to figure that part out. So
yeah, that's always a good thing. And so I guess then you're a part of multiple companies, and you're still doing the haunted house.
Yes.
And you did mention another company before we got on camera. So
yeah, I'm a partner in a tanning salon chain called LA Tan.
Okay.
And so we own more tanning salons privately than anybody else. Over 200 tanning salons throughout the nation. Most of mine that I'm part of are in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
So that kind of that doesn't keep me as busy. Again, there's a good team over there that helps me with that, and I don't have too much responsibilities for that one, so that's pretty fun.
Nice. So what are some of the challenges you've seen growing not only ABC, but all your businesses?
I think probably one of the biggest challenge for small companies is marketing. And so that was a painful lesson that I learned at Hammy. And it cost me over $1 million. But as a small company, you don't have a big budget, and so the good thing about my Sprint stores was that the sign on my door said Sprint. It didn't say Jim's Wonderful World of Wireless. And so again, I learned a lot because Sprint at the time was spending $1.2 billion a year on marketing. And so I just learned the power of a brand a power of big marketing. And so, in learning that and then moving on to LA Tan and being a partner of that, you realize that you get economies of scale by having multiple locations and big brand. And so that's what we're trying to do at both Amherst and ABC, is really just take that brand to the next level. So when people come to Amherst, we want them to get the feeling like it's a first-class operation. So we'll have 8 people manning the parking lot. So you come in, you get parked easily. The ticketing is, pretty quick. And then when you wait in line, you wait in a covered line, where most haunted houses you wait outside. And so if it's raining or cold, you're outside. So with us, you're inside. So again, it's just trying to create this brand that is just a first-class operation.
Right.
And so at ABC, it's the same thing. From start to finish, from the people that we have at the events, from the people that sell the events. So we talk about, we have salespeople, then we have operations people in-house that help take the event from point of sale to post-event, and then we have the team that goes to the event. So managing that whole process is a challenge, and is, we spend a lot of money and time making sure that we have the right people in the right places.
It's definitely so important to have, especially the right team, to be able to grow your business.
Absolutely. You need the foundation to be able to really take it to the next level. But I'm excited about ABC because that's exactly what we have, is we have the foundation to really be able to go really wide. So.
Great. So, kind of almost my last question.
Right.
What do you feel is one of your greatest accomplishments thus far within the business?
Within the business. I was going to say meeting my wife in the 4th grade. That
is a pretty good accomplishment.
That's pretty good. Well, this year ABC was selected as one of the winners of the Chicago Innovation Awards. And so for us to be part of one of 10 companies out of over 550 companies, for us to be selected is a pretty big accomplishment. But I think that would be, again, 1B probably. 1A is just the fact that we're able to help so many great charities. And so we can prove that we've helped them raise over $140 million.
Wow.
And we're only 43 months old. So we put a sign on the wall that says we want to go for $1 billion. And so we hope to do that in the next couple of years.
You can do it.
Right?
So what is that one piece of advice that you would give to our community of entrepreneurs on Meet Advisors? Or 2 pieces, if you can narrow it down to one.
I know. I think it's one is just never stop chasing your dreams, right? If you have an idea and you're passionate about it, then never stop, because there's going to be people along the way that tell you can't do it. There's going to be people along the way that become hurdles for you. But as long as you have that passion, you can do it. Never stop chasing.
Never stop.
Yeah.
And where can people find out more about you? What's your website?
It's www.AuctionsByCellular.com.
All right. Well, guys, check out AuctionsByCellular.com and check out MeetAdvisors.com for more videos and blogs. Thank you.